Okay, good evening. Welcome to
MinuteMath number 92.
MinuteMath number 92. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a fun problem from the Mathematical Association of America's MinuteMath page. Oh, sorry, I thought I dropped pens. But and it's a kind of a cool number theory problem. And you've seen problems like this before, so it's an interesting problem. A whole number larger than 2 leaves a remainder of 2 when divided by 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I didn't really like how they worded that. It just means you have a number, and when you divide it by 3, 4, 5, and 6, you get a remainder of 2. What is the smallest possible such number? Now, the reason they said it had to be bigger than 2 is because 2 would satisfy this, right? They use a remainder of 2 when divided by 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they want to know what's the first one that's larger than 2.
Well, you can write down some multiples of 6.
Okay, so we can write down some multiples of 6. So
that's the largest one.
Okay, so one thing we could do is we could write down some multiples of 6. So go ahead, tell me what multiples of 6
12,
are.
18, 24, 30. 36, 42, 48, 54, 60.
Alright, let's stop there because we almost crashed into that guy. Okay, now that we've written down, why did we pick 6 to write down some multiples of?
Because that's the largest number.
Okay, it's good to pick the largest number because look, we got up to 60, for example, that's where we stopped just to see what would happen. But it would have taken us 20 numbers if we used 3, but it only took us 10 numbers. Okay, what do you want to do next?
So now, let's add 2 to them.
Why? Why are we going to add 2 to them?
Because that's what the condition is.
Okay, the condition is it's 2 more than a multiple of 6, so I'll write those real quick. 8, 14, 20, 26, 32, 38, 44, 50, 56, 62. Okay? What are you going to do now?
Well, actually 62 satisfies it.
Okay, how do you know that?
Because 60 is the LCM of all these numbers.
Okay, well how do you know that 62 satisfies the condition? What's the condition?
That this number has to be larger than 2 and it leaves a remainder of 2 and divided by 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, we already know it leaves a remainder of 2 and divided by 6 because it's 62. We added 2. How do you know it leaves a remainder of 2 and divided by 5?
Because 5, 4, and 3 go into 60.
How do you... 5 times what is 60?
5 times 12 is 60.
4 times what is 60?
4 times 15 is 60, and 3 times 20 is 60.
Okay, we know these 3, 4, and 5 all go into 60, so we know that 62 works. Okay, but it did ask us to find the smallest possible number, so we found one that works, which is nice. The question is, how do we know that's the smallest number?
Well, 30 doesn't include 4. I mean, 32 isn't... 30 is not divisible by 4.
Okay. We can eliminate this one, but maybe let's not start in the middle. Why can we eliminate 56?
Well, 56... It is 2 more than a multiple of 6.
Right, all of these numbers are going to be 2 more than a multiple of 6. So they're all going to work for 6.
Except it's not 2 more than a multiple of 5.
Okay, it's not 2 more than a multiple of 5. Which one of these is the easiest one to see quickly whether something's 2 more than?
Well, the 5.
Why?
The 5s, because they'll always end in 2 or 7.
Anything that doesn't end in a 2 or a 7 we can just cross out. But none of them end in 7 because they're all even numbers. Okay?
And actually, none of them but this one end in 2.
Right. Well, we already crossed out 32. Okay? So all of these, just by noticing that none of those are leave remainder 2 when divided by 5. When divided by 5, I mean. Okay, because anything that leaves a remainder of 2 when divided by 5 is either going to end in a 2 or a 7. So we can check very quickly, since it's 2 more than a multiple of 4 and 2 more than a multiple of 6, we know it's going to be even. When we know it's 2 more than a multiple of 5 and it has to be even, we know it has to end in a 2. So we could just really quick check 12, 22, 32, 42, 52, 62. But we wrote down the multiples of 6 and then we found 62. The other way to solve a problem like this is to find the least common multiple of 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And then add 2 to it.
And then add 2 to it. That would be a good way to do it. Okay?
Yep.
All right, good job. Good job.